Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the Industrial Cyber Weekly Wrap. This week was eventful in the industrial cybersecurity space, with ransomware attacks targeting critical infrastructure sites, the NIST publishing a new cybersecurity profile, and the U.S. Health Department disclosing attacks on the American healthcare sector by a Russian hacker group. Let's get into it. Ransomware attackers targeted rail and locomotive firm Wabtec Corporation, causing a data breach that exposed personal and sensitive information. Wabtec said that personal data has been stolen and exploited in an incident that occurred last year across its US, Canada, UK, and Brazilian entities. Not only was the network breached and sensitive information, including passport numbers and IP addresses, stolen, Wabtec has also determined that malware was introduced into certain systems during the attack. An expert has said that there is no evidence that anything specific to the industrial control systems, plant operations, or other non-HR data was affected. However, he cautioned that all organizations, including those within ICS, must continue to be vigilant as successful ransomware attacks trend upwards. The website for the Port of Lisbon remains unavailable after officials confirmed over 10 days ago that cyber attackers had targeted it. The Lockbit ransomware gang claims to have stolen the port's financial documents, contracts, cargo information, crew and customer personal information, and more. Certain samples of the stolen data have already been published by the group, though the legitimacy of the data published could not be confirmed. Lockbit has threatened to publish all files on January 18th if their payment demands aren't met. They've set the ransom to $1.5 million and say that the port can pay $1,000 to delay the publication by 24 hours. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services confirmed that it is aware of attacks on the health and public health sector by the CLOP ransomware hacker group. This disclosure comes a few months after the Russian-based group breached water systems at the UK water supply company South Staffordshire. The NIST has rolled out its Satellite Ground Segment Cybersecurity Profile, designed to be used as part of a risk management program. The cybersecurity framework covers the ground segment of space operations, with an emphasis on the command and control of satellite buses and payloads. It will assist operators in delivering cybersecurity for their systems and provide a means for stakeholders to assess their cybersecurity posture. The TSA is calling for the review and approval of its revised Information Collection Request documentation, with changes made to comply with the Paperwork Reduction Act. The request covers corporate security reviews and security directives applicable to pipeline owners and operators. It also combines the agency's voluntary Pipeline Corporate Security Review Program with the mandatory requirements of the Security Directive Pipeline 2021-02 series. In Europe, the NIS2 directive has been published in the official Gazette of the EU, bringing in cybersecurity obligations for various companies across the region. The NIS2 directive comes into force on January 16th, and member states will have until October 17th, 2024 to adopt and publish necessary measures to comply with the new directive. The move introduces measures that work toward building a high common level of cybersecurity to ramp up defenses against potential cyber attacks. It also calls upon member states to adopt national cybersecurity strategies, identify single points of contact, and designate or establish competent cyber crisis management authorities. A policy paper released by the ERAS Group identified that critical technologies are inextricably linked to ensuring the security and operability of critical infrastructure across the Baltic states. The data identifies that the key challenges for Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia are mostly derived from the external security environment rather than natural disasters or other threats. The Polish government has warned public administration domains and private companies of increased occurrences classified as computer incidents in the country's cyberspace. The escalating situation is believed to be a response of the Russian Federation to Poland's support of Ukraine, and an attempt to destabilize the situation in the Central European country. IMSISoft has disclosed that the number of U.S. government, education, and healthcare sector organizations impacted by ransomware in 2022 were, quote, very similar to the number impacted in previous years. The firm revealed that ransomware affected hundreds of local governments and hospitals, as well as over 1,000 schools. The researchers point out that not